Now started a season well against Manchester City. What a game! What a game! It ended in penalty 4-1. There is a crisis of penalty takers at Manchester City. And well, what really did we expect from a goalkeeper who's just second from their best? Even Edison, some of the goals that Arsenal scored, there was no way he was going to save them. But all in all, the game ends Arsenal 4, Manchester City 1. In terms of the original game, it ended 1-1. A wonder goal by Palmer, and then amazing goal that was scored in the last minute. In fact, 101 minutes that was scored by Trossard. In all, this was a good game. I have to say, these are two giants. You can see why they finished number one and number two. Not really their best performance, but you can see how they were testing each other. People expected maybe Man City was going to run the show, but I loved the exchange of the power. The way Man City were attacking and it was changing as well as Arsenal attacking. That just tells you that there's still so much to work on in terms of gaining that composure, gaining that momentum in the team as well as playing. In the first half, when you look at it, Man City dominated the game. When I was watching the game, there was a moment I felt like if Arsenal were ever going to get into the game, they were controlling the position in the first 15 minutes. They were dominating in terms of the ball position, and they were controlling how the game was going. In fact, it took Arsenal up to, I think, 26 minutes to actually see something. Even Arsenal trying to hit City on their counter-attack did not really work well, because the problem that Arsenal did, if they wanted to play counter-attacking football, you cannot put a player like, for example, Kai Havertz up front. As much as he is good with whatever you're trying to create, he doesn't have this pace that can keep up with even any of those defense of Manchester City. So they struggled so much in terms of getting the ball and try to hit Arsenal off plays, and that continued in terms of the game. In terms of the first half, you could see that even Arsenal got the lethal chances. As much as City was dominating the game, they really didn't do nothing. In fact, Haaland was on vacation. I actually was laughing that in 62 minutes that Haaland played in this game, he only had 13 chances, 13 touches of the game. Do not even have a shot on target. That did not even look like it was coming. In fact, when you think about it, the first team that Guardiola put out was never going to score. And in terms of the way they were playing in the first half, I felt like Bernardo Silva and Rodri should have gotten some yellow cards. Even though Arsenal got the yellow cards, the Kai Havertz yellow, of course it was a yellow. The which other yellow card there was shown? The Thomas Partey yellow, questionable, but I think it was a yellow as well because he kicked the ball away. We saw the same spirit or system also being shown by the ref when he was giving it to that player of Manchester City after he did the same thing that Partey did. But some crazy tackles that City were doing, even though there were small tackles, not really crazy, but nothing was really happening. 24 minutes, that was when the first chance was given by was missed by, it wasn't really missed, it was saved by the goalkeeper of Manchester City. How the chance came about, we actually saw that there was an attack by Arsenal after they got the chance. It was actually a counter attack, and nicely done by Ben White, passing it in to Kai Havertz, who had lost the ball. His first touch was not really good, tried to hit it in the last minute, and it was blocked by the goalkeeper of Man City. After being blocked, the ball went back and went to Martinelli, tried to curve it in. When he tried the curve, it went straight and it was blocked by John Stones. Arsenal players felt like it was supposed to be a penalty, but when we saw it on the repeat, it was not a penalty. That was the first dangerous chance that we got into the game. Ramsdale had some crazy situations into the game, because there was a chance that he got while Haaland was putting him under pressure. He was going back to his own goal, and if Haaland had actually managed to stretch his leg, that shot that Ramsdale had was going to be blocked and it was going to be a goal. by an error by a goalkeeper. So many chances that Ramsdale did that could have ended into a goal, but they really did survive. As well as we continued the game, 38 minutes. There was a chance for Kai Havertz again to score a goal, and this one was actually a better chance than the first time. I have no idea what he was doing. He kicked it and it was saved by the goalkeeper. I felt like the way he kicked the ball, I don't know, is it lack of confidence or what? He should have opened his body, tried to hit at least at the corner, because from the position he was, it was really hard for him to kick the ball outside of the 18 area than actually scoring. And it was even hard for him to kick onto the goalkeeper, but he just kicked it with no direction and he hit the goalkeeper, and that was how the chance was missed. And so many people were complaining about that. And by that chance, that's when Arsenal were now dominating. Because, like I'm saying, the first half was of two parts. The first part from the beginning up to maybe 26 minutes, City were dominating. Then from 26 minutes going up to maybe 45, it was Arsenal's game. They were dominating. But one thing that I was really impressed by Arsenal's defense, as well as City's defense, but firstly Arsenal's defense. As much as City had the ball, as much as they were dominating, one thing that Arsenal defense did so well was to keep what we call their structure. So it was so hard for City to break through that structure. If they tried to go on the left, they were dealing with who? With Ben White. And if they tried to go on the right, which was Arsenal's left, they were dealing with Timber alongside Gabriel and Saliba doing what they had to do to control the game. I think the first time when we saw Arsenal actually in trouble was when Timber went out and they put on the youngster from them, Tierney, and that was maybe on the second half. But it was a good game the first half, but they did not really take their chances. As now, City would not really see so many chances as much as, even though they had the most of the ball. Continue to the second half, 50th chance. Ramsdale also again saved an amazing corner. Stones headed in and Ramsdale punched it away. After punching it, Grealish tried to do something but did not really work. And from then, Grealish came out and Phil Foden was introduced. That's when the danger started. Because as much as Arsenal were good in the midfield, tried to stop Man City and do as much as they were doing, they had no answer to stop the press that Phil Foden was causing in. And that's how Manchester City got into the game, because later on, after Phil Foden came in, they also introduced Kevin De Bruyne and Palmer, and that was the difference, because they took out Haaland and also took out, who was the other guy that they took out? I'm trying to remember. Remind me in the comment section. But from then, the game was different, because now from the left side, it was Phil Foden who was coming in hot, and from the right side, it was all over Palmer exchanging with Kevin De Bruyne. We saw Bernardo Silva moving on into the midfield, playing that role. Oh, they took out Kovacic for Palmer, so it was Bernardo Silva who took that position of Kovacic, and the exchanges he was doing, the passes he was doing with Kevin De Bruyne, going on the attack, it was out of this world. That's why it was easy for Kevin De Bruyne to do those crazy crosses, which one of them should have, if there was a striker up forward, it could have ended into the back of the net, but there was not somebody who could get to those. But as we continued, there was an attack out of run of play. Remember, Arsenal were now trying to attack. Then there was a counter attack out of run of play. Then as they were going forward, it was Phil Foden who started this attack, tried to cross it in. I think he was trying to cross it to Kevin De Bruyne, who just passed it and it was blocked by Tierney. Then it went to the header of Kevin De Bruyne, who passed it to Palmer. Then Palmer with a crazy, amazing goal that is scored. That was 1-0. And this was at 77 minutes. And we're saying the game is over. Man City have scored at the right time. Now they can see out through the game. And, you know, the 190 minutes, they did see out through the game. Then the referee came out with a 8 minutes added on, as we were told, by the way, by the VAR, that they will add so many minutes if the team wastes chances. And in this game, you can say that they really did not waste chances, except of Kyle Walker in terms of throwing the throw-ins. And from those, Arsenal started to attack because they knew that the game was over. It was Arsenal all over. Manchester City, they were just trying to keep their structure, defending as much as they could. And there was that collision of heads between Stones and Partey, which took some of the time. I think it took almost about 6 minutes, which were now added on into an extra time. I had to add on also another extra time on top of extra time. Now, which forced the game to go at least for 11 minutes after the 90-minute mark was reached. And in the last minute, the Arsenal got a corner, which was set by Saka. He crossed it and it was defended. Then Saka got it. Then it went straight to Trossard. Trossard looked like he was about to cross. Then he made a dummy with a shot which deflected over Kanji, and that was it. 1-1. In the last minute of the game, they continued City to try to attack, but it was over. Went to penalties, and we all know who was going to win that game. Man City are not really good with the penalties, and they were really punished for that. And at the end of the game, Arsenal got the game and they won it. I was really impressed by the Gunners. It seems like they really put out a fight, which most of us were expecting. And we could see what Pep Guardiola was saying about his team, that his team is not really done yet with the preseason. They're still trying to get back. But in terms of penalties, you can never blame the preseason on that. The team played so well going to the 90-minute mark, which ended it even to 101 minutes. And the Trossard goal was scored at 101 minutes, by the way. So I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Was the Charity Shield amazing? Did you enjoy it? And who was your man of the match? I have to say, some of the players who impressed me on Arsenal side was Timber. Declan Rice, he had some amazing ball winning moments and also blocks that he showed, as well as Odegaard. One thing I'm really amazed by Odegaard, the way he's able to close mark some tackles, some crazy skills he pulls out while he's on attack, while he's on full force. It's amazing. Saka as well was exciting. I actually thought most of the chances from Arsenal were going to come from Saka, but as you could see, it came from the other side. Kai Havertz playing up front, I think they have to find a way for that, because I don't think that works so well for them. But anyway, that was it. Thank you very much for watching. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Who excited you in the game, and who is your man of the match? I'm out. By the way, my prediction was 2-1 to Arsenal. Did not really go as much as I wanted. It ended 1-1, but they won it on penalties. So I'm out. Click the like button, subscribe to Connect. We're out. We're only 6 days away from the Premier League. Let me hear your thoughts.